Hey there, guys. So earlier today, Hannah and Matt down in St. Louis, part of the Mississippi Stand Water Protectors, came up with an idea that is really beginning to grow some legs, where we're going to have the future generations, the new Earth Guardians, writing letters of support to the people up on the front lines at Standing Rock. So I wanted to update you guys that hadn't already heard about this to let you know that was happening. And in the short time since we last did a live feed, we now have a Facebook page. We now have a Facebook page where people are able to go and see what this is about and to get involved. That's in the that's above this live stream. And we do have a private group for anyone who wants to become a leader and help mobilize this in their local community. So this is for people, hey Bart, hey Diane, glad you could join us. This is for people who are looking to be leaders in this. Maybe people that run scouts or guides, or maybe they run a after school club, or maybe they're a teacher, or maybe they run a gymnastics group or a swim team or a football team. Any of those people that would be able to mobilize mass numbers of children to write their support and how they feel about the water protectors that are standing there on the front lines, what they know about this, and send them some love. Hey Christine, glad you could join us. Hey Michael, appreciate you being here. I also wanted to share something else with you. Hey Nancy, hi Ria. I wanted to share something else with you that has happened recently. Now, as you may or may not know, in Keokuk, Iowa was originally where a lot of the water protectors gathered. They gathered in Sandusky at the original drill site by Mississippi River Road. But after they were evicted from that ditch, there was a property owner, Jerry and Tammy Brewer, who opened up their property and allowed a team of us to camp in their back garden and open their house fully up to us up in Argyle, Iowa. And today it's actually Jerry's birthday. And lots of things happening for that. But one thing that happened today was Dakota Access Pipeline came along for Jerry's birthday, and they served papers on the brewers. And what I wanted to do was actually read these papers to you. So you excuse me looking down, but this is just give you an idea of what's happening and what's going on. So it says, "Dear Mr. Brewer, I represent Dakota Access LLC. As you know, Dakota Access LLC acquired certain interests in property for the installation and operation of the DAPL pipeline for properties running across Iowa by virtue of acquiring those property rights. Dakota Access LLC also acquired the same rights and responsibilities that's vested in all real property owners in Iowa." And then it cites some case stuff here about the rights of an owner of an easement and the right of the owner of the land, and how there must be a reasonable enjoyment by both. And it also says that it has the right to enjoy its property free from nuisance. The one who enjoys the easement must use it according to its terms, and the one who's granted it must not interfere with the rights conferred. And there's a lot of legal jargon in here. But it goes on to say, as you know, a group of approximately 25 to 100 protesters are currently camping out on your property. The express purpose of this gathering is to interfere with the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline. As you're aware, these individuals have repeatedly trespassed onto Dakota Access LLC's property, blocked private and public roads in an effort to delay construction efforts, and have endangered the safety of themselves and Dakota Access LLC's contractors. Obviously, many of these individuals have committed criminal violations. Likewise, it's anticipated that Dakota Access LLC will need to pursue civil actions in order to recover costs incurred as part of the construction delays. The purpose of this letter is to notify you that your facilitation of these activities constitutes an actionable nuisance. Dakota Access LLC requests that you cease and desist from harboring and collaborating, encouraging, promoting, facilitating, and enabling these individuals from causing Dakota Access LLC financial harm. If you continue to facilitate this interference with Dakota Access LLC's property rights, it will have no choice but to file a lawsuit against you to recover financial damages it's suffered. And then it encourages to visit the attorney to discuss the issues outlined in the letter. However, the damages that you're causing to Dakota Access LLC are very real. That means we're getting to them, people. That's what this is saying. To that end, on or before the close of business on the 4th of November, please take all efforts necessary to prevent individuals residing on your property from interfering with Dakota Access LLC's property rights. So, that's a very good point, Nancy Olson. Do Dakota Access own the world? No, they don't. Do they have any rights over a private property owner's use of his property? No, they don't. Jerry has called his own lawyer, and his lawyer has said this is outrageous. They have absolutely no stand. They're just trying to bully. Very unsuccessfully. I've got to mention this actual letter, I'll take a picture of it later, is full of spelling mistakes. So Jerry's not worried. He told them to go and stick the letter where the sun didn't shine. But I just want to let you guys know this is what we're up against. Now, imagine this being a property owner that didn't understand their rights. Dakota Access are trying to bully. But what this tells us is this handful of people at Mississippi Stand have cost Dakota Access so much money with everything that's been done. Which is amazing. Just shows how much that Dakota Access have been hurt by Mississippi Stand. So now we're diversifying, people. We've got a team going up to North Dakota to go and share their expertise with the people on the front lines there. And we've got a team that's here looking at mobilizing in various different ways with various direct action that is in support of those people on the front lines, because there's many ways to kill this black snake. And today I saw that in Salt Lake City, there was a bank that was occupied, a Wells Fargo, which is one of the financial contributors to Dakota Access, had their bank occupied today by people. So there's many different ways we're going to have autonomous solidarity, direct action, and keep watching this space for what's happening. I just had an amazingly exciting phone call with some people in Colorado that are organizing a huge benefit show with the press and with TV. And there's a very good chance Mississippi Stand are going to go and actually speak live at that event. And then today, for those of you that are just joining now, the main point to this is that we have mobilized a Facebook page designed for anyone of the next generation to be able to write letters of support to the water protectors on the front line. So looking for teachers, looking for community leaders, church leaders, club leaders, looking for all those types of people to jump on board with this. Happy to tell you we already have people in Ireland, we already have people in England looking to do this. So the Facebook page is above this, and then there's also a closed group for anyone who's interested in being a leader and helping this happen in their community. Yeah, Dakota Access are crying right now, and they're wasting their time with the litigation. It's a complete waste of time. But what it shows is we're making a difference. So awesome that we're wishing Jerry a happy birthday. I'm sure there's going to be some things happening today for him. He's an amazing guy. Tammy's an amazing lady. Norway, are you going to be on board and bringing some letters? That would be amazing. We want letters from all over the world, because these can be read at the front line by people right as they're facing the tear gas, the concussion grenades, the riot sound noise siren. And it's a very big interest, so local news can get hold of this. Maybe some children can get together and do this as a group of scouts. I would love to do a video with Myron Dewey, but I'm in Iowa and he's up at North Dakota right now, so it's not possible. But I have been following his stuff, and we are connected in that way. So Mississippi Stand is looking at being able to diversify and to continue this fight on many levels, because it's not just the Dakota Access, it's all the banks that support it, it's all the corporations that are destroying this world and don't care about the future generations. We did have Ireland today reach out and show their solidarity by taking a letter and having a protest outside the US Embassy and taking a letter to the ambassador there. I had a very interesting phone call last night with Paul from Ireland. So that's amazing. They have marches where they have 80 to 100,000 people. So this ball is really starting to roll. This is going to become huge, and we need everyone who's watching this to do things. We will have an address for you, working on getting a PO box so you guys are able to organize and send letters as a big group from your area, so you can become a community leader for that and gather in all the letters and vet them so that when they come in, no one has to go through them all before they go up to the front lines. So there's many different ways that we can continue this fight and ensure that this pipeline never works. Ensure that right now that piece of metal that's under the Mississippi River will never have oil flow through it. So the address will be coming. Please go to the public Facebook page that's been set up. It's in the link above. I can probably put it in the comments here as well. Oops. Yeah, that's right. Have been protests at banks. There's the Facebook page that's just been set up. Yeah, people that have been following my personal story, it has been quite the story. Yeah, Michael, I will do. Allison over in Chicago, if you're able to get anything going with the, anything at all going with the Chicago schools, if anyone's involved with universities and can get universities involved with this as well. Especially maybe just thinking on the spot, like people who are in like the education department where they have the student teachers that go out to schools and do projects. Maybe they can do some projects like that. So that's the update on that, and we will have that post PO box address shortly, so people can send stuff in. Do it within your family as well. You know, you've got grandkids, you've got children. Maybe they would like to be able to write some letters of support and what they think. Thanks, Lisa. This isn't just about me. This is about everyone. Thanks for joining, Dana. I appreciate it, Kimbra. Alyssa, yeah, just share these videos out. Make sure they go out. Post it into groups. I'm going to put in a description above of exactly what we're doing with regards to the letters for the youth. Christine, I do not know if I'm going to North Dakota yet. I don't know where I'm going to be in the next few days. It's so fluid right now. If I feel that my use up at North Dakota to help spread the message would be useful, then potentially I'm going to try and get up there. But right now, we're looking at mobilizing things on a local level here, so that we can have big groups getting together and showing that we're going to stand up as one tribe and realize that it's up to us to make a change, and we can make this change with peace and love. There's no violence needed. We can stand up and hit them where it hurts in their pocket. Obviously already been hitting them in their pocket for them to send litigation to a private landowner telling him how he can and can't use his land. I mean, when you think about that, that's just ludicrous. It doesn't have a leg to stand on. That's how scared they are right now of a small group of people here. Awesome. Thanks for joining us down in North Dakota, Cindy. That's amazing. So there's going to be lots of things to do. Anyone who's interested in that, mobilizing teams to write the letters and have kids. I think this can also go into talks in schools. Maybe people can go and talk in schools about, you know, what's happening and why it's so important, and having it be a classroom project. If there's any teachers out there, you can have your kids writing all those letters. You can decorate them, make them cards, you could make them Christmas cards, do all kinds of things. Yeah, freedom of speech. I don't know what happened to freedom of speech. I'm using it right now. We'll see how long it lasts. But I'm going to take advantage of it while I have it. And we all have that right. We can all go and stand on the street and talk to people and tell them what we think and raise awareness. I'm going to have a call in a second to Madison that's having another big fundraiser for the legal fund for the Mississippi Stand Protectors, because there were 102 arrests so far, and those people need to be protected through the courts. So I'm going to speak to my friend in Madison who's organizing that. We should have some more t-shirts that people can buy to support it and to be able to show their solidarity with Mississippi Stand and Standing Rock together. So at Mississippi Stand specifically, we do not need any supplies, we don't need any clothes. This camp here has no longer become a strategic place to be on Jerry's land, so right now we're putting the land back how it was before we found it, and also there has been a big greenhouse built for him as a thank you, and some trees are being planted. So sending stuff to Mississippi Stand right now is not necessary. In fact, today I went to one of the local churches to make sure that the things that have been donated can go to a good home if they're not needed here or Standing Rock. And any excess food that we have is also going to go to local homeless shelters. So right now we're not looking for donations in that sense here. I know they are at Standing Rock, but I haven't been there, so I don't know exactly what's useful. Kimbra says they need supplies up at main camp. But this fight is just beginning, people. This black snake is not going to win, because we the people can make a difference. We the people can stand up and say no, and that's what we're doing. So if you've got kids, please help by having those kids write some letters, because I can really see this being, featured on the news, because, you know, when children get involved and there's that beauty and there's that love involved, the local news stations and the national news stations love to get behind things like that. So maybe we can bring them on board. So if anyone knows any journalists, if anyone knows any people that write for magazines, big blogs, feel free to connect them. My personal number is 402-690-6178. Anyone can message me and be in contact with me. That's perfectly fine. If you have ideas, feel free to post them onto the Earth Guardians, the Future Earth Guardians page that's listed above. And everyone, just keep doing whatever it is you can. If it's just simply praying and sharing things, that's all you're able to do, great. If you're able to get to the front lines, fantastic. If you're able to do something in your local town and you're able to help spread the message that way, and you want to be a leader in that and work with us as we mobilize teams to have different solidarity direct actions, then let us know. But we're alright, we're going to keep fighting for this land, because no one owns this land. We're guardians of the land for future generations, and that's why we're here, and that's what we're doing. And that's why I'm, with many other people who put their lives on hold, to make a stand and make sure that this pipeline never succeeds. And more than that, to make sure the people that are supporting this pipeline understand that by supporting things like this, the people will stand up and say no to them too. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for joining. I've got some other things to run and do. Try and find out about those t-shirts for you guys, so you can buy some t-shirts and get everything else going. We're all rainbow warriors. We're all one tribe. We all came from one place, which is pure love, and we're all going to go back there. So let's leave this place in a better way than we found it for those future Earth Guardians. And let's get them involved as well, because so many times it's the adults that do everything and the kids are left out. We can bring them in on this and use their energy and their love to help defeat this, because it's going to take all of us standing together as one tribe to make a difference. So I love you guys. Thanks for sharing this. Share it into groups, and we'll get the address for the PO box for you guys as soon as we have it. Take care, have a beautiful day, and we'll be back to update you with more things that are happening as soon as we have them organized. Take care. Love you guys. Bye bye.